It is going to be Volibear though. Volibear's still a champion that can perform very well. But yeah, on both sides, I think we have just a lot of bruisers, a lot of kind of tanks as well to kind of be that front line. And I think it's going to be, when it comes to these objectives as well, I think it's going to be very, very even, because if we look at the ultimates on either side of these two teams, there are definitely a lot of great ultimates, and one of them's been used already in this bot lane with the Varus, and is 1 HP and does actually go down in the end. Really good flash by the Kaiser to knock up, jump away from the Ornn knockup. But I think one more auto attack's going to do it in the end. It's a double kill for the support.
Dual lane, and Yasuo is going to go 1v1 with Renekton up in the Baron lane as they try to set up what could potentially be a successful Rift Herald execution here. But there we go. Down goes the Nautilus as well as the Volibear. So 2 souls goes over to Viego, and they're not done yet. Renekton goes down thanks to the Jax settle. It seemed very fair. But then we saw that double kill come on the board. But we may see a kill come on the board here with the 2v1. But Ornn is coming around here to support Enrique as well, and manages to keep Jax alive. But is it going to be enough to keep him alive now that the Ornn comes through, as well as Nautilus and Kaiser on the other side? So it is a 4v1 currently.
Nice
now
flash.
Varus and Viego come through to help Wexic in his time of need, and that was a fantastic little 4v2. Yeah, I mean, they must have had a sale on the shop with those plated steel caps, because they're definitely all rocking them, just as if there was like Air Jordans or something. But like, as you said, there's a lot of attack damage on the side of the team Spain here, but there is some pain coming through onto the side of Vim. Here again, the Renekton getting taken down. We have that double anti-health item on the side of Cordoba as well. Designated area, because they don't have any of their first tier turrets up at the moment, and lack of vision in their jungle as well. You can kind of see dotted around 1 or 2 pieces of vision on the side of the red team. But even Blue's team's got a slice of the pie. And speaking of slice of the pie, there's that double knock from Wexic. And then we have Yasuo going in as well. The only thing keeping Nautilus alive was that status, but for not much longer. We see a double kill come from Blaster on the Yasuo in that mid lane. Jax leaping in as well. We see another status coming through, but it's not going to be enough for the Volibear. And then Varus picks up the team ace there, taking down the Kaiser in the final moments of that team fight in the Baron lane. This just opens up that Baron Nashor even more. It's a freebie now.
Wexic is just completely popping off in these fights. Again, the 2-man knock up into the Yasuo ultimate. It just makes Yasuo's life so much easier. If you have these extra knockups that can be really, like, that can help straight afterwards, and that's exactly what you need in this game. As now they're going to get another pick here in the mid lane. Another ultimate here from Wexic. Going to be trying to go down. Oh, guys, the dashes into it. The knock up into the Yasuo ultimate. And it's just all too easy right now for the Spanish squad, and they're going to look to try and push down mid. Hey, they might not even need the soul at this point. They might be able to just finish this game right here, right now.
Absolutely. I think they're regretting all buying plated steel caps now that we see that Varus is building that AP kit there. So there is no magic resistance on the side of Vim, but I don't think that is the detriment to themselves. It just seems to be that everything's after this game, but the Elder Dragon is up in 2 seconds as well. I mean, it'd be such a Hail Mary play if Volibear can steal it, but it doesn't look like the Volibear is going to be alive, because it's just knock up central on the red side. Blue buff here. Again, down goes the Volibear, so there is going to be no Hail Mary play around the Elder Dragon as well. 2 statuses coming through, but it's not going to be enough for Renekton to stay alive. He goes down. There is a 1 trade. Actually, they get a 2nd kill on the board, but it's just not going to be enough for Vim and the Cis region here as they rock up the minions to the crystal at the game-ending play here from Cordoba. And it's just not going to be enough for Nautilus to do anything. It's game over.
Brilliant play in the end. Again, the knockup plays from the Ornn. And you know what's crazy about this game as well? We'll see on the stats that there were no deaths in the jungle, in the mid lane, in the ADC, and in the support role in the end. There were no deaths at all. Look at that. You're seeing all of that. Just no deaths at all. 3-0-15 for this Ornn. 17 kill participation out of 18 kills. This Ornn was everywhere on the map. And if I was the CIS squad, I would ban away this Ornn.
Hero in the support champion pool is that Leona. So it's really interesting to see Leona come through. Again, another great lockdown potential with her ultimate.
Really interesting.
Find some sort of conclusion up in that Baron lane, or it's just going to be a bit of a slap up, it seems. But we see a lot of CC going onto the side of the Leona. Sorry, Leona getting caught out there. I was just trying to track down whose health was depleted, and unfortunately, out just yet. We have quite a bit of aggression once again onto the Leona. They are not feeling Wexic on the Leona pick this time around, and the soul goes over to Viego. The kill goes over to
in the mid lane. Really good chain of corruption to stop that out, though. And you can kind of see a bit of a split that's happening at the moment, but Bloster's going to get completely caught out in this scenario. A great lockdown from the Nautilus, and that is another kill for Vapo. So now
non-starter any second now, but it is looking like they're going to pick up at that Baron lane turret as well. I don't think Nautilus is going to stop this. Oh, he actually does with 118 health on that turret, and Ornn not looking in a fancy situation. He's managing to sustain and soak the damage from the Zeri as well, but comes through is the Viego, but getting kicked back by the Lee Sin is probably what Cordoba need to keep their team alive, snoozing on the Varus, but Varus gets taken down finally by Lilo with that connect from downtown, and it is a double kill onto the Leona as well, but a double knock up here for Wexic, sorry, Enrique. So Enrique giving some homage to his support on his team.
What a crazy team fight in that Baron lane.
Lies on that misstep.
Oh boy. Both teams posturing around this objective at the moment. What team's going to strike first? It looks like the Ornn's going to overstep a bit too far, and the Leona ulti misses as well. Zeri jumps over the wall, flashes onto the Corki in the end as well, and it looks like it's lights out at the moment for Cordoba. There's not enough damage in the end. Really nice lockdown there from the Nautilus, and it's actually Vapo that actually lose a member in the end, but they take down the health bars low enough to secure this objective. That Leona ulti missing in.
They're not going ferocious with the Tango. They're not getting carried away with it, but what could potentially get carried away is that pickup from the Varus. And speaking of just waiting for somebody to get carried away, we see that Zeri gets the kills on both of one kill onto the Varus, sorry, and then there was a pickup onto the Lee Sin as well for Viego. Viego currently on a no death run as well. He's died once in his lore, but now he's back not to die a single time in this match, and Vapo really put in some respect on the Viego name as well, because we saw a non-starter for him in game one, but down goes that slam dunk onto the Ornn as well. This could be a potential Baron pickup for Vapo.
It's a brilliant game now for Vapo, and it's going to be so difficult here for Cordoba to really step up here. You can see the bubble. Oh, the bubble hits in the end from the Corki, and the Corki needs to back away. The Lee Sin was about to come back.
The Zenith Blade, but Wexic was unfortunately caught out in that early game as well. But speaking of getting caught out here, Jemmy is on the run. We see that projectile from Zoe come through as well, and the snooze assist straight again for Viego, acting like the Sandman and just putting Lee Sin to bed there. But we do see a pickup though onto the Zeri. It's a 1-1 trade across the map
to actually step up here. Bit of a knock up onto Zoe though. There's a lot of damage on this Zoe as well. The Leona ultimate, the snipe in the end as well, and maybe Cordoba can get a few kills here. The Garen is going to be stepping up as well. The package comes through as well to, close the distance between the Corki and the Garen.
Comes up. It could be a massive issue in trying to claim that Elder Dragon.
So they're going to try and catch up with Viego here, and actually Queenie decides to flash over the wall, and Lee Sin is in a whole heap of trouble. He's on the opposite side of the map, and a snipe in the end from the Garen, the execution from the Garen in the end, and that is the jungler down for 45 seconds. Jemmy thought that he had an opportunity there to kind of take down the Viego, but he was the one that was being caught out in the end, and it's actually Zeri as well. There's so many stasis across the map right now, a little bit more damage, and that is the takedown on on to the Zeri. So now it's a 1-for-2 at the moment. The team fight is still happening. This Varus is still untouched in the backline. If Draco can still do enough damage with all of his abilities, maybe they can look to try and come back.
On the side of Cordoba, and I don't think that's what they want. They want to try and take a clean 2-0, but this match is anything but clean. We see the package coming from Corky. They're trying to do a lot of damage onto the Nautilus, but Wexic getting caught out by, again, on the Leona, but we see Corky take down the Viego. There is no smite on the team CIS region there, and they are forced to be pushed away, and Elder Dragon is open. I don't think there's much that this Nautilus and Garen can do to steal it. I think they've just got to try and force a little bit of a fight here to try and take the focus off the Elder Dragon long enough for Zoe to come around, because we could see that projectile come through and potentially steal it. But no, Ord is waiting for that block to come through on the projectile. They managed to pick up the Elder Dragon on the side. Thank you for showing us the minions there. Beautiful display of taking the turret down there. But we see that Cordoba pick up the Elder Drake, so they need to utilize this before it disappears.
Yeah, they're going to go straight towards this Baron as well. The jungler is still dead for 5 seconds, but a really smart play there for Jemmy. You saw that the Viego just stepped up a little bit too far, and Jemmy was like, this is my moment. Flashes in, uses the kick as well, and they just had way too much single target damage for this Viego to stay alive and turn around. And that's exactly what is happening in this game. Elder and Baron buff now on the side of Cordoba, and they're just going to push straight for the fight. The damage comes through. They're trying to lock down the CC onto the Varus into the backline, but I don't think there's going to be enough. They don't care about the damage of the Nexus. They're going straight in, but maybe it's a little bit too far. The stasis comes through, and the Corki does have to back away. There are blinking health bars on the side of Cordoba, but they are confident with that Elder Dragon, and they really want to try and finish this game now, but they can't. Their health bars are way too low. They really thought that that was their opportunity. They know they had the Baron. They know they had the Elder Drake. They need to just keep an eye on this Zoe to make sure the Zoe can't do enough damage, but already the Varus is down to half HP. The flash comes in from the Leona as well. The chain CC comes in, the dash as well, and the snipe from the Corki onto the back line. Cordoba have done it. The comeback is complete. 2-0 for Spain, and they'll be heading into the final.
Ole, 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 ole. I think it was going to be that clean for Cordoba there, especially how shaky that earlier mid game was. Very much like, is Vapo actually going to take a round from Cordoba there? But unfortunately for the side of Vapo, we saw that Cordoba activated clean